Hello, this is John from Chainsaw Buffet, and welcome to the first installment of my Thing of the Week. This week I'm going to be talking about Sony's initiative to bring free-to-play games to PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and the soon-to-be-released PlayStation 4. The revelation at the recently concluded Tokyo Game Show that Deep Down would be a free-to-play game is meaningful, but not at all surprising when you take a step back to consider Sony's strategy heading into the next generation of consoles. One of Sony's major challenges is to differentiate itself from Microsoft's Xbox One console in an ecosystem in which developers focus on multi-platform releases. With that in mind, Sony has made the push to court independent developers for PlayStation 4, but has also encouraged the release of free-to-play games on both its current and upcoming consoles. Of course, the question on my mind is whether or not the free-to-play model is ultimately a good thing for consumers. The model is predicated on the notion that if a game can get you hooked on the basic gameplay, the developer can construct ways of getting you to spend your hard-earned money on various microtransactions ranging from new characters and costumes to additional levels and game modes. Some games, such as Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate Core Fighters, strike a nice balance by offering a reasonably robust suite of game modes to play around in, including a fully functional online matchmaking mode, but limiting free-to-play versions of the roster to 4 characters. Depending on how much you like the game, you can then spend money on additional characters, costumes, or even go out and buy the full game digitally or on a physical disc. Depending on how scrupulous the developers were or how cynical you are, you could even accuse Core Fighters of being a pay-to-win type of game, since early opinions have several characters such as Rachel to be among the so-called top tier and are suspiciously missing from the free-to-play roster. Another free-to-play fighting game, Tekken Revolution, takes a different approach, giving players a wider range of playable characters, but limiting how much players can play for free in a day, using the virtual equivalent of arcade tokens, which replenish at a fixed rate. However, in addition to the usual microtransactions, players can also choose to purchase additional tokens for added playtime. It's worth pointing out that both games are adaptations of well-known fighting games that, while popular, are still considered fairly niche in the larger scheme of things. With a free-to-play Soul Calibur game on the horizon, and Capcom hinting that other free-to-play games could be in the publisher's future, it's possible that these companies see the free-to-play model as a way to grow franchises that already have a dedicated but relatively small following. It could also be a way that publishers could extend the life and profitability of a title by releasing iterative updates every so often. After all, giving the players the option to purchase certain features a la carte and then offering new and enticing content via microtransactions is much more palatable than the old process of releasing a game at retail, then asking consumers to purchase another full-priced version of the game some months later. So, what do you think? Is free-to-play gaming both a profitable and consumer-friendly practice that will shape the future of gaming, or is it an evil plan by greedy video game executives that will ultimately end in ruin? Let us know in the comments, or email us at podcast.chainsawbuffet.com, or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. Any of those will work. Be sure to join me next week when I'll have a new thing to talk about. Until then, thanks for watching.